Hi, my name is Melissa Shortino. Welcome to the Boss Lady M in my video series on leadership and influence and communication. This is a series of videos I'm doing for my thesis for my master's degree at Northeastern University. And the main reason I wanted to do this was to help people who want to become stronger leaders and provide some practical ways for that to happen. Now, in a short 10 to 12 videos on leadership, we probably can't get into too much depth, but today I just want to talk about some specific ideas and ways that you can do this. You can develop your leadership skills and strengthen your ability as a leader. And here's some of the things that I've learned throughout the last 2 years that I think could help you in the now. We've talked about already the competencies and skills of leaders, that some leaders are born with traits that are leadership style traits. And then there are other things that can be learned and improved upon, those sets of skills. So we've identified some of those and talked about strengths and weaknesses. So identifying what the competencies are of leaders is the first step. Being aware of what it takes to be a leader. What skills are often identified when it comes to strong leadership. Next, self-reflection is really important for leaders. You need to be able to have an honest look at your own strengths and weaknesses in order to become a better leader. So by doing a SWOT analysis, which is simple, it's just a breakdown of your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats that you see for yourself, you can identify where your strengths and weaknesses are. That needs to be done openly and honestly within yourself with this self-reflection, because only if you're honest with yourself can you strive for improvement. We have talked about before as well that it's more important for you to pick out 3 to 5 strengths and make them exceptional versus focusing on weaknesses. You will be a better leader if your strengths are the best that they can be, granted, as long as your weakness is not considered a fatal flaw, which we've also discussed. I discussed in a prior video. So an honest understanding, which can happen through self-reflection, is one way that you can immediately start focusing on improving the strengths that you identify as your strongest skill sets for your leadership capabilities. Education is important, and it doesn't have to be formal education, but just reading, doing some research, reading books, staying on top of things. Leaders have to grow in order to stay relevant and to be effective leaders for their followers. It's important to understand you're never going to be the smartest person in the room, and to really believe that, because there's always so much to learn from other people and other ideas. We have to remain adaptable and flexible in order to grow. Personally, I believe it's important for leaders to remain humble. I think it's easy for leaders to become almost drunk on power, and that becomes a disadvantage for you. When you're seen as untouchable, it's not good. Your followers, for you to really gain their buy-in and have their respect, a strong leader remains humble and understands the importance of sharing their vision in a way that their followers want to be involved. Another really cool self-analysis tool, but it's not just self-analysis. But another way to analyze your strengths and weaknesses is a 360-degree feedback mechanism. And there are a lot of corporations do this annually, and it's something I highly recommend, because with this type of feedback, you do a self-analysis, and that analysis is also done by your peers, someone under you as a follower or a direct report, and someone above you that you are their direct report. So you're getting a 360-degree view, and you can look at what they feel about you, how you are perceived, and how you're perceiving yourself. It's a very effective tool for analyzing your leadership skills. And I also think something that you can do that will better yourself as a leader is mentoring future leaders, those that you see have the drive and or the desire to be leaders. Teaching and building the new leaders, the leaders of our future. I think that anytime you can teach something, it helps you learn more about it and it actually develops your own skill set. So, those are my ideas, my suggestions of things that you could start doing right now to help build your leadership skills and become a stronger and better leader. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.